I decided to do some looking into the Rangers bullpen because it feels like the consensus is, well, that first game didn't go so well, but after that, we're feeling pretty good about it. So I decided to see if the numbers back that up.
Okay.
Do you think, is that your same assertion? Are you like, this bullpen's been pretty dang good so far?
I feel like they have been. I also feel like that there hasn't been, I don't know, man. I guess 1-0 wins do kind of present themselves.
True.
But Evaldi did go in one of those.
Yes.
They've had some 1-run wins, though, and that's been significant. I don't know. I feel like it's still a very small sample size for the bullpen. I'll continue with that. But they're so far better than I expected. We blew one save.
And I'll concede that, but the reason why I wanted to go through the positive is because if yesterday we were going to take a week of Rangers baseball and be like, hey, I'm a little worried about the offense, it felt only fair to say, even though it's only been a week, let's take a look at the bullpen. All right.
Better than I expected. That's what I'm going to go say.
Significantly better. Robert Garcia, Chris Martin, and Luke Jackson. I want to focus in on those three to start. So those are your leverage arms, with the idea kind of being like, those are the three guys more often than not, and like the 7th, 8th, and 9th you'll probably be going to. All right. Those three combined have thrown for 11 innings this year. I'm sorry, let me try that one more time. After the first game, because obviously Robert Garcia, right? Or was it Luke Jackson? Was incredibly disappointing in that first game.
Both of them. Garcia was disappointing, and then Luke Jackson gave it up.
So after that first game, those three pitchers have thrown 11 innings with an ERA of .82 and a whip of 1 flat. They have given up 6 hits, 5 walks. They have 11 strikeouts, 5 holds, and 4 saves.
Wow.
With no blown saves. Now, I realize I did cherry pick that out by taking out the first one, but I think we all agree that first one, you're like, ooh, that's not going to work. But in the ensuing days, those guys have really been on point. Now let's take a look at the Rangers while they're winning. 4 of their 5 wins have been by 1 run. All right? That first one run win against the Red Sox, the bullpen went 7 1/3. And gave up 2 runs.
That's impressive.
Obviously, that is troublesome on the front side, but we'll deal with that later. The next one against the Red Sox, 4 innings pitched and 1 earned run. Then you have the Evaldi complete game shutout. So let's always do that. No concern about the bullpen. And then you go back to one of the wins, the other win against the Reds, 4 innings pitched, no earned runs. So you look at 4 of those 5 Rangers wins that were by 1 run. If you take out the Evaldi, because it's a complete game shutout, in the other 3 wins, the bullpen threw 15.1 innings with a 1.76 ERA.
Wow.
And you can boil that down to their very last game on Wednesday. You got 4 innings pitched, 1 each from Webb, Garcia, Martin, and Jackson. They gave up a total of 2 hits while striking out 4 in the ensuing 4 innings after Jack Leiter had an issue with a blister. So you go back to game 1, and I know that was not an auspicious start. But since then, this bullpen has been tremendous.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what Boch has been typically known for, is how to manage a bullpen appropriately. And Kevin, I mean, the way he even talks about it with us, when he's talking about the other day, you asked him, hey, your bullpen's been very stressed. He's like, yeah. I mean, he's already going through the process of what I can and can't do, the way he has it split up, but the way he manages it. And then Rick Waltz, when he was on with us earlier, Rich Waltz, he hops on with us earlier, and he's like, dude, yeah, he's known very well for how he manages pitching, just the way he does that throughout a season. So we already kind of have the confidence that they know what they're doing up top, but can they execute whenever it's time they're called upon? So far, they are. And without a lot of run support to put them in nice, comfortable positions either.
Yeah, and I think that's what's been the most impressive part. So obviously the hope is, much like what we talked about the Stars, you'll see both of those things come together at the exact same time. And
Rick Vaughn.
Yes.
Some point, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Would you take a Rick Vaughn?
At what stage in his career? Because I'm going to argue that Rick Vaughn had a very limited amount of upside. All right, you go to the original Major League, he is trash to start. Takes him a while to really get going once they found out he needed glasses and everything like that. But then what happens? Does he catapult from his success in Major League? No. He gets too high and mighty, and he struggles again in Major League 2. Now, does he come in the clutch situations? For sure. But leading up to it, there's a whole bunch of junk happening for him.
I'm with this from the 903. Just keep winning, baby. The runs will come.
I think that's fair.
And at some point, that is going to happen.